You believe that God said it's okay to own people as property.
Yeah, I believe that.
Okay. Why would is God good?
It really depends on what someone means by good.
Okay. Well, you have a really strange version of Christianity. Your version of Christianity is as strange as your version of skepticism. So you worship a God that you don't think is good.
I worship a God that I don't agree with 100% of the time, all the time. But I trust that, just like a child may not agree with their parent, but they trust that their parent knows what they're doing, even if they seem like they don't know what they're doing.
So you're going to trust that God's right about slavery.
I'm trusting that he knew what he was doing in that time, and I'm not one to go and try to question it and be like, well, you did this. Like, for me, if I believe in God, remember, I'm coming as somebody who believes in God, right? And if I was to draw a circle, and in that circle I was to shade in how much knowledge I know, I wouldn't even shade. I would just put a little dot. So I know there are things that I don't know about God. And have you ever experienced something that
What do you know? What do you know about God? Name one thing that you know about God that you can demonstrate. One thing.
That he wants me to keep his commandments.
How do you know that?
Because he says so.
How do you know that?
Because I kept his commandments and I see the results thereof.
You don't know. No God has ever said anything to anyone, as far as I can tell. How do you know what God wants?
Because I kept his commandments, and when I keep his commandments, I see the results.
Where did you get
I kept
his
commandments too. But what difference does it make whether or not you keep his commandments as to what God wants? If God wants something, he has to communicate that to you. How do you get information about what God wants?
Through the Bible.
How do you know that the Bible tells you what God wants?
Because going back to the beginning of this, I took Jesus up on his offer. I entered to the door of Jesus Christ. He says, I am the door, right? So I kept his commandments. To keep my commandments, he will manifest himself onto me. So now that I kept his commandments, he manifests himself onto me, shows me that he is God and that he is
No,
true.
sir, that's not how anything related to truth or skepticism is determined. You have a wholly circular argument that doesn't demonstrate the truth of anything to anyone. Everything that you've said comes down to, this is what I believe.